as you know, as a fisherman traveling up and down the East Coast and, going to tournaments and fishing, and of course some of these tournaments are in, very rural areas, and you tend to, pull up to an older gas station and you fill your boat up, and as much fuel as we run through these boats here on tournaments, and we don't think about really what we're putting in our gas tanks. And you don't know what is in the tank at the gas station. Years ago somebody said, hey, if you see a refueling truck at the gas station, don't go there because he's pumping gas. He's going to stir up all the sediment, and then that's going to get into your tank. And I have been dirty fuel. So over the years, your fuel tanks get soot in them. And what happens? It gets sucked up into your filters. It gets past your filters because it breaks down, very small, and gets past it, and then it gets into your engine, your injectors, and all of those things that, that could create you performance issues, years to come. And you would never know why my boat's not this, why my boat's not doing that. It's not, you have to take to a service center to get it worked on and taken a look at. And I ran into that problem, and I set up an appointment with Clean Fuels. And they're up and down the East Coast, Ohio, West Virginia, all the way down Maryland, Virginia, South Carolina, North Carolina, all the way to Florida, from Maine to Florida. Great bunch of people. I really, really enjoyed my experience there, and I learned a whole lot. But I felt that I was having some performance issues in my boat that really, quizzed me about, why is my boat not running, the RPMs and this, that, and the other. Am I getting the proper fuel, flow into it? So I started thinking. Then I went up to the local marina, and I told them what my problem was, and they did a diagnostic on it. I didn't have any hard codes or anything. So what I ended up having done to my SHO 250 Yamaha, he took off the VCT box there on the side, which houses your low and high pressure fuel pumps, and at the bottom of those fuel pumps have screen on them as well as your filter, and then I've got a water separator filter as well. So I have quite a few filters in here, but yet I didn't think my boat was performing. So took it to the local dealer. He hooked it up, and he pulled the gas line that was going to my VCT box, going to my VCT box, and he filled up about maybe a quart of gas out of there, and he let it settle and everything. And about 5-10 minutes later, you could see particles down at the bottom of the container that he put it in, and got me to thinking. So what I had done to my boat is I had my spray rails, my VCT, cleaned. I put new screens on the lower and upper fuel pump on there. There's little metal screens that go on there. Had those replaced. He cleaned my spray rails. That's where it goes from the VTC into your spray rail, which disperse the fuel into your injectors. And I also had my injectors clean. I got to thinking, I did all of that work, but then again, talking to a friend of mine, why would I have all of that done and not have my tanks cleaned as well? So I called Clean Fuel Associates and set up an appointment, and wow, was I impressed. Very, very impressed with the service that they have given me. Just beautiful, pleasant people. I set the appointment up, pulled my boat up there, and had to get to my fuel tanks. I got 2 tanks, one on each side of the boat there. But what you have to do is, and they'll do it for you, they'll pull your sending unit and they'll stick 2 tubes into the fuel tank, and what they do is pump the gas that is in your tank through their filters, and it'll circulate. So, and they run it for half an hour, whatever, stir up everything inside of your tank. It gets sucked up, it gets put into a filter, and recirculate it back into your fuel tank. And boy, was I surprised at the amount of dirt that was in my tank that you would have never known. I have a 2014 22i Skeeter. I could only imagine this is the first time that it was done. Wow, wow. I had a tournament at High Rock the following week, and my boat ran 100% better. I mean, wow, what a big difference the idling, just the startup, when I, take off in the boat and the whole shot, all around performance increased. I did increase my mile an hour by a mile or two, half a mile, mile and a half, which I was very surprised in. It was the amount of gas being able to be flowed through my filters, and if the filters are dirty, you're just going to restrict your fuel into it. And by having a full clean system, tank, injectors, spray rails, all of that taken care of, really made my boat perform a lot better, tremendously a lot better. It's not an expensive thing to do. Just give them a call. Like I said, they're up and down from Maine to Florida, Ohio, West Virginia. I will post it in here, the number that you can give them a call and set up an appointment and have them do this. It's something that I recommend, us fishermen, by, running around and running so many gallons of fuel, every weekend or every week or whatever the case may be through our system here, and we don't think about, what we're actually putting in from the gas stations that we do stop at and fuel up. But I wanted to show you, I'm going to go in the back here and show you, my tank and my sending unit and what was taken off, and I'm going to also show you the VCT compartment on the SHO and the spray rails, and inside the spray rails are the injectors. So I want to show you all of the things that I had gotten done, so that something that you may think about doing for your boat. And if you're having performance issues and rough idling, and a lot of things can come from it, and have all of those things cleaned, then you're running clean fuel through your engine. I'm sure it takes a lot of wear and tear off your engine as well. But nevertheless, let me jump back here and show you where the sending unit is, what it looks like, in the VCT box for my fuel pumps, and then the spray rails on the show. And you can go get yours done as well. I highly recommend it. Now that I've jumped down off the boat, I'm going to go around to the back and show you what I had done to my boat, and something that you may want to have done to yours as well. The performance end of it was tremendous, and I'm sure that I've given my motors a little bit longevity. It's running tip top. It's running like it's supposed to. But let me swing around here and be able to show you a few things and what to look for. Alrighty. Okay, folks, I'm walking around here. Here's my show, and I do have the compartment open here in the back where my fuel tank is. Let me zip around on this side of it. And as you can see, let me position this. As you can see, underneath here where my tank is, this is the sending unit here, and I believe it has, 5 bolts there, screws threaded into the plastic tank. And they just unscrew those, take the sending unit out, and stick the 2 hoses in here to be able to clean your tank. So this is what you'll be looking for. This is your sending unit to tell you, what your fuel level is in the boat, and has probably about a 1.5 to 2 inch diameter hole there. What I did also underneath the sending unit, I did go to West Marine and pick up a new gasket kit with the screws and the rubber washers with the stainless steel caps on the rubber washers to seal up the tank very well for you. You know, it's pennies on the dollar. I think they were probably maybe $10 a kit. So I had to buy 2 of those because I have 2 tanks, one on this side and one on the other side of the boat. Let me zip around here to the back, and I'm going to show you the other process that I did here. Alright, here we are. I got the cowling off, and I want to slip in here and show you right inside this air duct here, this box right here, the VCT, and that's where it has the lower and upper or high pressure, lower pressure, high pressure fuel pumps in here with the metal screens attached to each one of the pumps. And this reserve down here fills up with gas, and of course the, you know, your fuel pump pumps them, and then it goes back into, let me flip around here, comes back here. This tube up here goes down, and it comes over here, goes up and over, and this is your spray rail. This is your spray rail, and behind each one of these cylinders, here, here, and here, are your injectors. So they pulled the spray rail off, cleaned the injectors, you know, all 6 of them, 3 on this side, V6. Pulled that off, cleaned the spray rail, the injectors, and also the VCT box here. And down at the bottom of the VCT box, you know, there was some sediment there as well. All of my fuel tanks, cleaned both of those. And then on the other side, all you have over here is your spray rail. And then of course here, here, and here are your injectors. All of those are clean, so you know, I'm running clean. You know, I feel much better about it now that I, you know, had the opportunity to be introduced to Clean Fuel and Associates. And man, what a great bunch of people there. I'll leave the name, a number. You can just call up the office. The secretary will, you know, pick up the phone and tell them what you're looking for, and you can go from there. And I hope this helps you out. And if you got engine problems, idling, whatever, go have it checked out, because these things cost way too much money to replace. And you know, you take care of it, it'll take care of you.